Hello, I'm Sakshi Shaili Shinde from S5 BTech Mechatronics, and I'm here to give presentation on connecting rod. Its manufacturing process of connecting rod. So is the introduction. So the purpose of this assigned project is to define the production technique of a selected component used in automotive industry. And in this case, the component is connecting rod for an internal combustion engine. So what is connecting rod? It is a rigid member which connects a piston to the crank for crankshaft in a reciprocating engine. So together with a crank, it forms a simple mechanism that converts reciprocating motion into rotary motion. So here is the in general process of manufacturing. So the manufacturing process starts from selection of casting part. So first we have to select the part which is to be casted. Then second step is material selection. So in this step we have to select the suitable material of the casting part. Third step it is pattern making. Pattern is nothing but the exact replica of the product which is to be casted. Then next step is selection of casting process. So a suitable casting process should be selected for manufacturing the product. Then after that product after casting process. So uh, next finishing the product. So the casted product needs the finishing process for its good surface and its accuracy. So after finishing operation, the next step is involved, that is testing the product. So the finished product should be tested so that default product should be separated from the products. So after the testing and inspection, the last step, that is product is ready for dispatch and to sale. So here is in detail process. So first it is material selection. Material used for manufacturing the connecting rod is used in Chevrolet big block gen, that is VVV 8.2L. So and it is used as forged steel. So here are the characteristics of ALSI 43404 steel. So it is heat treatable. Also it has a low iron carbon alloy steel, then nickel, chromium, molybdenum. Then it has good fatigue resistance, it has shock and impact resistance, it has wear and abrasion resistance. So these are the characteristics of forged steel. So next, here are the possible methods for manufacturing semi-product. So for manufacturing semi-product, there are three possible methods. In that, first it is casting. So casting involves heating the metal alloy which will be used until it is molten. So first of all, in casting, metal is heated and it is melted and make the molten metal. That molten metal is poured into the sprue and sprues are connected to the runners. The molten metal allow and fills the mold and bends through the risers. And after completion, this solidification of metal takes place and casting is separated. So the advantages of casting are it is low cost, then it has tight dimensional accuracy, and here are some disadvantages, that are low strength characteristics and it consists porosity. So second possible method of manufacturing semi-product, it is forging. So forging involves heating a piece of bar stock or rod stock to a forging temperature. The heated forged sludge using a forging press or hammers with multiple impact. The part is then machined to finish dimensions. So here bar stock or rod stock is heated up to a forging temperature and it is given shape by forging hammers with multiple impact, and that part is then further machined to give final dimensions. So the third step is powder metal manufacturing. So this involves placing a mixture of metal powder into a performed die and then compressing powder in the die with a compacting press to mechanically bond the metal powder into the perform. The perform is then sintered to chemically bond the powder in the platform, and the perform is then heated and forged in a press. So here are some advantages of metal manufacturing. So it has high tolerance, good surface finish, good material composition, and also it consists some disadvantages that are high cost of power metal technology. Then it has a low tensile and impact strength. Here in image we can see the process models of connecting rods. Next, it is in detail casting process is explained. So the here for manufacturing the connecting rod, a casting process is selected. So the in detail process of casting is three steps. Step number one, that is annealing. So induction heater is used for preheating the perform for forging. It will also used for annealing. And annealing realigns the internal molecular structure to make the metal stronger, which imbibes this steel with excellent durability. So step number two, that is 5-axis VMC. VMC stands for vertical milling center. So this machine is ideally suited for connecting rod manufacturing, as all machining operation can be completed in one machine, and the rotating table provides a variety of clamping methods so that multiple operations can be done in one process. The multiple operations done in vertical milling center are as follows. Uh, it consists paste milling, then boring, drilling, countering, and chamfering. So the third step is post machining operation. So after machining is completed, the bearing end cap is separated from then rod part using fracture and splitting, and then assembled with bolts and bearings in the rotary table assembly machine. And the last, it is cleaning, inspection and packing. So the connecting rod are thoroughly cleaned and degreased by using suitable means. Their fully automated machines are used, and then components are oven dried and checked for proper cleaning. Next, inspection is done and are graded, and the final product is packed and dispatched. So here are some quality considerations which we are going to consider during the product making. So here are some. Strength of sand is high, then maintain permeability in the size of sand grains. The contents in the molten alloy must be up to standard. Then cooling rate must be standard. Then thermal stability of mold should be high. And last, sand should be reusable for next mold. So here are some possible defects during the production. If the thermal stability is low, then mold may be cracked due to the molten metal. The second possibility that of the defects are composition of sand is low, casting would not be able to shrink and will end with the cracking. Third, if molten alloys is not up to standard, it will failure in high running condition. And the fourth, it is if riser gets solidified before other part of casting would give an engine block with less strength, that is etc. So here we are with our outcome. So we here conclude that we are familiar with the casting process now, and we learn about the precautions which will be taken during casting processes. We also get the knowledge about the manufacturing process of the connecting rod, and the every component need a standard combination of metals for their lifelong uses. Thank you.